And we're live! Woohoo! It's been too long since we've been live on this channel, and I'm sorry. It's just been long. Oh, wait. I need to this has got to change. Hold on. Hold on. Won't take long. There we go. And one more. There. Oh yeah, so much better. That's better. Good deal. So you guys, everybody for watching on the replay, if I replay this or not, I don't know if I will or not. I'm so sorry. It's been so long since I've live streamed on this channel, and I'm sorry about that. Life has been incredibly busy. So I can't promise that it's going to be a lot less busy anytime soon, but it might be less busy, and I will make more of an effort to do this a little bit more regularly. I do have a video that I'm working on right now that I have hours and hours and hours of footage from a recent event that we did up here that I will get uploaded to this channel as soon as possible. But the editing is taking a while. I had some really awesome people with a couple of cameras taking lots of footage, and I got to condense it because maybe I'll just put a whole 40-minute video up or 20-minute video up or something like that. If you know, that's something you all would be interested in seeing, then maybe I could just do that. Hey, Arturo, let's see. Runestone, I can, so my new setup is great. It looks amazing and it sounds amazing. The problem is I can just barely see the screen up there. So if I look really hard and I squint like this and then I can see the screen, that's why. It's because I'm trying to see the screen. That's, that's the way it's going to be. So Arturo's here, Rune's here, Kira, Striker, nice. Let's see, Megtooth. Hey, good to see you again, buddy. It's been a long time. And I know Idaho Kylo, nice. Are you by chance in Idaho? That couldn't possibly be. And let's see, Big Builder Fort Minecraft, nice. Welcome. Well, hey, welcome all of you to the stream. I'm glad you're all here. Yeah, so what is going on? Well, let's see. There's the new Han Solo movie coming up. So, hey, Justin, the new Han Solo. So I want to know how many of you are excited for the new Han Solo movie, and how many of you are kind of just like, meh. For me, well, wait, I want to hear what you guys are saying. Okay, so Rune's looking forward to it. That's good. Meg 2 Sis excited for it. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it looks like lots of people are excited. That's good. So for me, okay, so for me personally, I'm excited. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I don't know why. I just yeah, it just, I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm just apprehensive about it too. I think the thing I'm looking forward to most right now in the Star Wars universe is the next animated series that they're working on. I really, I'm excited to see what that looks like and how it turns out. So I think the next animated series is going to be pretty awesome. I'm really excited to see that they can fill in the storyline between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. So it should be really cool. So the Han Solo movie, I don't know. Maybe it's partly because there's just been so much drama around it, with the directors and stuff like that I just kind of like, whatever. The cool thing is we only really have to wait like another month and a half, maybe 2 months. What is April? I guess kind of later May. So not quite 2 months before we get to actually watch the thing and see what it's like, which I'm really looking forward to. So, Meg 2 Sith. Yeah, everyone was dreading Rogue One. Look how that turned out. That's true. I'm a bit biased because it had Vader in there, and even though she just couldn't quite get his costume right, it was still good, and it was a lot of fun to see, and especially those last few minutes. So, Hunter asks, why don't I wear the Darth Vader suit? Hunter, I will answer you. It's extremely hard to sit down in that suit. It's really hot, it's really heavy, and it's really tiring. So that's why I'm not wearing the Vader suit right now. So, Justin, you want to see my lightsaber? You know what? I don't have my lightsaber with me. It's upstairs. I'll try and bring it next live stream. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I show it off on a couple of other live streams. So, but yeah. Hunter asks, how long have I been doing this? So I've been doing the Vader stuff and the 501st Legion stuff with the Alaska Garrison for 3 years, 2 years, two. I think doing it for 3 years. I've been doing it for 3 years almost. Um, and then I was working on my Vader suit for about a year and a half before that, or so, something like that. So yeah, a little while. Kira asked me, why did I personally dislike the Rogue One Vader suit? You had your own gripe list. What is yours? So I didn't like the way the armor was shaped. The helmet I was fine with. The helmet, they did a good job, pretty good job of replicating a New Hope helmet, which was good. The rest of the suit I was actually pretty okay with. The cape was too big of a circle. It was like a full 3/4 circle. The cape should not be a full 3/4 circle. It should be like 2/3 or a little less. But the way the armor was shaped, it was really flat, almost concaved right here, and then it had this big kind of way it came up in the back around the neck right here, and it made the helmet sit weird and the cape sit weird. So it looked like he was like this all the time. That was my biggest pet peeve. The rest of it, I was pretty much fine with. I thought the rest of it was really, really good. But yeah, the really red lenses, I don't know, that was a little over the top. So, but it wasn't terrible. Anyway, let's see who else is in here. The cool thing is that this live chat is now going to be part of the live stream down the road. So you get to replay. So you missed my past stream. What's my new Star Wars movie rankings? Hey, welcome from the Canadian Garrison. Nice. Welcome. Represent, brother. Let's see. Empire Strikes Back is still top for me. And then it'd be Return of the Jedi, Rogue One, mostly like 99% just because of the last 5 minutes of Rogue One. Then and probably be The Last Jedi or A New Hope would be right in there, and then Force Awakens, and then those other movies that I mean, they're not bad. They're not terrible, but I'm not super thrilled with them. Stefan asked me, what Darth Vader helmet do I use? So I use a helmet from a maker named Stone, and it's an Empire Strikes Back. It's an Empire Strikes Back helmet. And for those of you that don't know, I switched from Return of the Jedi to Empire Strikes Back a while back. As far as the Vader costume, the differences are more subtle between those two than some of the other ones. But anyway, yeah, Empire Strikes Back. I've been having fun with it. I really enjoyed it, and so I'll probably sell off a lot of my Return of the Jedi stuff, and just be Empire Strikes Back from now, much to the chagrin of a lot of the Return of the Jedi Vaders on the Sith Lord detachment. So Megtooth, Sith Sabers, is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One, Revenge of the Sith. Wow, really? That ranks that high for you? TFA, Return of the Jedi, The Phantom Menace, The Last Jedi, and Attack of the Clones. That's interesting. I would have thought you would rank TFA or The Last Jedi a lot higher than that because of your character that you portray. But so Striker asks, is my Vader, how hot do I get? And how tired are you after a troop? So depending on the length of the troop, I can be really, really tired and extremely thirsty and really hungry for salty food by the end of a troop. It's hot. I have fans in the helmet, which help. But you just get used to sweating because you sweat a lot. And so far, there are more hot costumes and less hot costumes, but so far, anybody in costume, pretty much everybody sweats in some way. So, let's see who else is on here. You kind of want to move to Alaska just so you can be with the Darth Vader for the 501st Legion. Well, Big Builder, there are a lot of other Darth Vaders out there. And so if you look up on the 501st Legion site, you can find the local garrison that's in your area and then find out when they're doing an event and see if they have a Darth Vader there. They very well might. So, but thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it. Did I get The Last Jedi Blu-ray today? No, I bought the digital download. And I'm probably just going to stick with that because discs in my house don't last long because I have young kids. So that's kind of where I am with that. I'll stick with that for now. Let's see. Yeah, Brian's right. I lose between 5 to 10 pounds of water weight every troop, which means I'm really, really, really thirsty by the end. So anyway, Vader rules make teeth awesome. I agree. Vader does rule. He is the bomb in my opinion. So Zeldwin asks if I've read any of the newer Darth Vader comics. I have. Actually, I've read every single one of them so far. The new comic, the latest one that they did, the ones before that I liked, like Vader Down and some of those ones were really good. The new one that they're doing right now, it took me a bit to get into the artwork. The artwork bothered me for a while. I like the way they're portraying it as a lot more action based than some of the other ones. So I like that aspect of it. I think now that they've got into it a little bit, I really am enjoying where they're taking the comic at the moment. So Elizabeth, it's super late. You're a new subscriber. Well, welcome. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. So I'm glad you're here. Who knew Vader was actually a friendly dude in Alaska? Hoth. We like to refer to it as Hoth up here, but yes, exactly. Very friendly. Very, very friendly. Let's see. Kira asks one more question. Hopeful future member of the 501st. How do you balance being Darth and keeping the character while interacting with kids? Any cool tips or stories? So, with children, I like to read them first off. If they're not scared of me from the beginning, then I know I can really pretty much stay in character and not worry about it. And it's bizarre to me how many kids are really not afraid of Darth Vader at all, because I am a little over 6'10" in costume, which is huge to a child. I mean, it's big to a lot of adults. And it's amazing to me how many kids are not afraid of me. And the first thing they want to do is come over and give me a hug. I don't know why, but they do. So if they're not afraid of me, then I will stay as close to in character as I possibly can, aside from like, whacking with a lightsaber or something like that. The ones that are a little more afraid of me or a little more skittish, I'll see if maybe they'll warm up to me by, fist bump or high five or something like that. But for the most part, I try and stay in character and as close to character as I can, um, without like coming across frightening to kids. So that's my big tip, I guess, is watch the kid that's coming toward you or the kids that are coming towards you and look at their body language. If they're acting afraid or frightened, then maybe change your stance a little bit to be less threatening, a little bit less threatening. It's amazing how much body language communicates stuff. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I would recommend. So let's see. Hopefully that answers your question. Have I ever had a Star Wars Ultimate Effects lightsaber toy before? So my lightsaber that I use right now is a Master Replicas Force Effects saber. I have used the Ultimate Effects. I mean, they're okay. They're nice toys and stuff. Let's see. As an American transplant in Canada. Wow, you're in Canada. That's cool. You can sympathize with living in Hoth. Yes, you can. -40 Fahrenheit sometimes. Oh, wow. That's cold. That's very cold. Even in a Vader suit, that would be cold, and I wouldn't want to do it there. Outside at least. So tell the story of when I walked through a dark room with my saber ignited. Like the John Williams tribute concert thing that we did or something like that. Hey, Michelle, thanks for coming on the channel. Let's see. There was another time when the one man Star Wars show was here and I walked into a dark room and realized how dark it was and lit my saber and got a picture because it looked epic and amazingly like Rogue One-ish, sort of. Although my saber's bright enough that it kind of blinds out any camera, and so it's hard to see the rest of it. But you want to be Darth Maul? Big builder for Minecraft. You want to be Darth Maul for the 501st Legion, not Vader? Darth Maul is another really, really popular character. People love Darth Maul, and it's interesting. Anyway, so random channel. The Canadian prairies. Ooh, yeah, minus 20 Celsius. That's cold. That's what is that? Like minus 15, minus 10, minus 10, minus 12 in Fahrenheit, I think. In that range, maybe. Um, might not be quite that cold, but it's pretty close. I know minus 17, minus 18 is like minus 30, so it's probably in there somewhere. Um, Zeldwin asks, what type of lightsaber do I use for Vader, and what are my opinions of Ultra Sabers? So, Ultra Sabers makes good hilts. I don't necessarily like their electronics that much, but they're not terrible. Uh, I use a custom built, well, gutted and rebuilt Master Replicas hilt with all custom interiors, electronics, everything is built custom from there. Um, including now a custom 3D printed chassis for a big, huge battery. And then my blade is made of neopixels. So, yeah. Um, Arturo asks, aside from techniques to make it light up, what differences between the saber hilts for the Rogue One and A New Hope, if there are any? So, Rogue One and A New Hope are actually very different hilts. For whatever reason, for Rogue One, they used one of the stunt sabers or something similar to one of the stunt sabers from Empire Strikes Back. So it has screws in the T tracks, and the T tracks don't have the space between the clamp and the T track. Like they go from the center clamp all the way to the end of the hilt. And then there's some wires in the emitter, like Empire Strikes Back, and then the clamp, the center clamp with the bubble strip buttons, lines up with the emitter. Instead of A New Hope, it's like 20 degrees off to one side. So that's the differences in a nutshell. Hopefully that answers your question. So, Rune, you're going to hope to do a Kylo from TFA in the 501st eventually. Excellent. I would highly recommend joining the Sith Lord detachment. That's where me and Megtooth Sith and a few other really awesome people hang out and help people like you who want to get into it get a costume, develop a costume, make a costume without spending extra amounts of money or making big mistakes that are going to cost you extra amounts of money in the long run. So it's www.501st sithlords.com, 501stsithlords.com. So that's where those are. So Curbinator asked if I've ever thought about changing characters. I have. I would like to do another character at a time that is in process, sort of. And I want to do a Wookiee. So hopefully in the next 2-ish years, maybe 3, 2.5 or less or so, I'm going to do a Wookiee. And that will be great fun. And I cannot wait to do a Wookiee. That's gonna be a lot of fun. The nice thing about so Vader is very much, people know Vader, recognize Vader from miles away, and they expect Vader to act a certain way, which isn't like fun-loving, cuddly, uh, goofball, anything like that. A Wookiee, on the other hand, is huggable. It's really comfortable and just goofball. So that I'm looking forward to. So when I want to do those different types of characters instead of like the tall, stoic, intimidating bad guy, that can be a Wookiee and be tall and not stoic and not intimidating. Maybe not intimidating. I don't know. Some kids might not like it. So Vincent asks, trying to make a Flash costume, but you want to add electricity effect to the suit. What type of lights or LEDs do you think would be good? So for you, Vincent, I would look at EL wire, which is electroluminescent wire, and you can light them up. I think it's with spark and uh, the other, little microcomputers, and they light up and stuff like that. So I'd look at something like that would be probably your best bet for a low voltage solution. And you want low voltage; it's going to be on you. But yeah, look up some EL wire and stuff like that and see what you can think. Yeah, Megtooth, he agrees. Adafruit and SparkFun, yes, those two companies, they both work with the EL wire and stuff like that. So I'd look at something like that and see what you can do. Otherwise, you're going to be like trying to pack a billion trillion little tiny LEDs in there, which you probably could do and it would look amazing, but it would be hard. Whereas I think EL wire would be a simpler, easier thing to start with at least. So, and not too expensive. Uh, did I think that Kylo and Rey's lightsabers in The Last Jedi sounded a bit odd in general? Might be crazy, but they sounded off to you. I didn't think they sounded odd. They sounded deeper, and a little bit bigger, so it made them sound a little more menacing and a little more weapony. Uh, And I think partly that's due to when they were recording lightsabers in the 70s and early 80s when they were doing these movies originally, the recording equipment was only so good. Not to mention the fact that Ben Burt, who's a genius, did all sound design, was recording a lot of these things in the field on the fly as he ran with portable recorders. And so the sound of the lightsabers was less. The frequency range of what you heard was less than what they record now. And so I think that was a lot to do with it. Is now the recording is so much wider range that you hear a lot of the really low and the really high stuff that you didn't really hear before. So I think that was it personally. Anyway, the random channel says I should do a Palpatine. Yeah, 6'4" Palpatine. No, doesn't really work. Um, yeah, I don't want to hobble around. I would love to have a Palpatine to troop with. That would be fantastic. Hopefully, we'll have one up here someday soon, but not yet. I have thought about joining the Giant Jawa Club, which is like 6 foot something plus size Jawas, above 6 foot, and that I think that would be a blast. Um, so, oh, Magtooth, you gutted your EO wire Kylo saber to make the TNT NeoPixel saber. No more EO wire. Oh, that's a bummer. But your TNT saber is, man, that thing's on point. It is beautiful. I love the way that thing looks, and I'm a little jealous. Fantastic job, though. Well done. Hayden asks, "What's my favorite type of lightsaber?" My favorite type of lightsaber is my Vader saber. A NeoPixel saber is fantastic, and I like Vader's saber. It's really, really great. So Arturo asks if I'm going to suit up for the Solo movie premiere. I am not, because none of the theaters up here will allow anyone to come in costume. And so we spent a lot of man hours trying to get them to work with us on that, and they didn't want to, so we're not doing it. We're not trying. What do I think about Kylo's lightsaber design? It's cool, but there seems to be a Skywalker risk incident waiting to happen. Like he cuts off his own hand. Yeah, actually, we got somebody cut in half. But nobody lost a hand yet in the new movies. That's troubling. Anyway, I like Kylo Ren's the lightsaber design overall. I think it's really cool. The one thing I don't understand is why from a costuming perspective, they're really hearkening back to, it feels like, knights and stuff like that. And I know like some of Kylo's costume, you could call it inspired from samurai and stuff. But a lot of the stuff that was in the original movies, a lot of that was inspired by samurai movies that George Lucas loved, and pirate movies like Adventure on High Seas. And so then you mash those two together, but you get a science fiction sort of thing, and that's how a lot of Star Wars was kind of brought to where it is. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's yeah, exactly, Big Tooth. It's like a claymore, and that's where it kind of throws me. Not doesn't throw me off, but it's just different. It's, hearkening from more of a knight type thing from back when, back in the medieval times or something like that. And but I like it. I think it's a cool saber. I like the design overall. So let's see. How many homemade lightsabers have I made? I have made a lot of lightsabers. I've got a few on my desk right now, and I'm trying to get caught up so that yeah, I can be done. Highlander. Yeah, exactly. You get the night aspect from, oh yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of funny because with the Last Jedi costume, I kind of joke about him being Squire Wren because it looks like he's a squire, sort of the way he's dressed. But anyway, he obviously takes care of the master that way. So, fantastic, Michelle. That's excellent. Congratulations. Hey, Pretzel Boy, long time no talk. Um, Peter, I have not read your comments, so you might need to repeat it because comments are flying by quickly. But I've got a couple more minutes and then I'm going to sign off because it's getting late here too, and I got a big day ahead of me tomorrow. But it's been really nice to live stream with you again, and it's yeah, it's been too long. Sorry about that. hopefully I'll be back on the regular, more regular schedule. There'll probably be shorter live streams, like more sticking around 30 minutes or so, but I'm going to try to do once a week ish. So let's see. Who's the shortest Vader I know of in the Legion? I know of a few guys that are like 5'8" that are doing Vader. They're up in the 6 foot range when they put everything on. So that's pretty decent. What are my gripes with ROTS? Revenge of the Sith Vader costume. My gripes with that are that it's too symmetrical. I don't like that it's all black in the helmet wise. I don't like the way the armor, the chest armor is. It's just too cleaned up and too perfect in my opinion. And so it lost a lot of the raw intensity and aggressiveness that the original Vader costume really brought about. A lot of portrayed, and it lost some of the organic feel, which is something that added to Vader's what he was in those original movies. So that's a lot of what I don't like about it. Most of it actually. That's why, yeah. So good job, Justin. You converted yours. That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new to this channel, thanks for tuning in on the live stream, and thanks for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be getting content out about once a week on this channel for this year, because I've got a lot of things going on this year, including leading the Sith Lord detachment and then being the commanding officer of the garrison up here, which actually I need to, yeah. Anyway, and then a few other things in my day life, my day job, sort of stuff. So, yeah. Hey, Matt 2.0, nice to see you again. Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry, it's been so long. So, anyway, I would, yeah, thanks for liking, thanks for commenting and subscribing to this channel. Thanks for, the comments. I really appreciate the comments and watching these videos. I've got a new video that'll be coming. I don't know when, hopefully later this week, from an event we did like 2 weeks ago. It's a lot of video that I got to process through. It was at the museum. It was a lot of fun. And then some other stuff. And then I'm going to, I've been building lightsabers, and I'm going to try my best to finish a video about doing a NeoPixel. It won't be like a how to build a NeoPixel lightsaber, but it'll just be, me building a NeoPixel lightsaber and some, good cinematography of a NeoPixel lightsaber. I don't know what else to tell you beyond that, but anyway. So, let's see. Random Channel asked if I'm the new Sith Lord detachment leader from the recent voting. Yes, I am. So I won the election, and I'm the Sith Lord detachment leader for the next until the next election, which will be next year in March, I think. March. Yeah, March. So February, March. Anyway. So yeah, so that actually is taking up a fair amount of my time. A lot, I'd say more than I expected, but it is a lot more. But thank you. It's fun, and I'm honored to lead that group of people. There's a great group of people there on the Sith Lord detachment. A lot of really helpful people helping other people develop costumes that are amazing and awesome. So, yeah, now that I've signed off like 3 times or 4 times, I'll just, say it again. I appreciate you watching this channel, this videos, this content that I produce. I'm glad you enjoy it, and I appreciate your comments, and I do try and read every single one of them. And I hope to be live streaming more in the future, like more regularly, and keeping content coming. At least I'd like to try to put something out once a week, whether it's a live stream or a pre-recorded video or something like that. So thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for chatting with me. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you again soon, and we'll be talking again soon, I'm sure. So cheers, everybody. Good night.